All right. So far away. I'm currently looking. If you're here. Oh, not this song. This one. I testify for you. I need a deal. I testify for you. Okay, Roger V. Three people. Oh, two people. Oh, man. Okay. You have some people coming in. Yeah. All right. We currently have 5 people in the chat. That's a big record for any type of streaming. I've been going to different places. Hopefully you can hear me nice enough, man. I see you're gonna see this a little bit late, but again, thank you for the 4 viewers now, and just know I'm always reading the chat. Okay, so always know I am reading the chat. This will come in late, so what's up, guys? What's up, man? I should say there's delay. You should probably get it soon. All right. I don't have set videos, sadly, even though I should. But man, I'm trying to think of what I can do. So hold on. So somebody please name me some stuff I can do on stream though, because basically I came on here just to do some random stuff. I remember I got bored. I have enough energy currently to at least do a stream. So okay. I knew this to the minimum, and you're just so important. Why didn't nobody like you now? But yeah, if you have any videos, please send them, and we can start on something. Or not, then we're gonna have to go on my randomizer. I guess not. All right. So I'm just gonna go on my randomizer I have over here called my YouTube page, my main YouTube page, and because I switched over to my hidden YouTube page, so I'm just go on my main one. Oh, the gaming crew. Nice see you again. It's been a long time, hard work. I haven't seen you upload. Sound like somebody. Okay, so does anybody know about the I see you oh my goodness. I don't want to say your real name. No, I'm gonna say your real name. I see you, Mac. I see you. Don't worry. Listen. You're able to literally send me videos and I'll watch it. You serious? Yeah, but like a few seconds, bro. Before I already found the video. I'm finding videos as we speak. I've been busy with soccer and school. Oh, you play soccer? Okay, you chill with that. No. That's your bestie. I'm an ice cold like Bresky, like at you, like yes me. Bet. That seems evil. That definitely seems evil. What does bet mean? Man. Which iPhone are we on? Hold on. I remember I saw this like 4 years ago. The iPhone 17. Hold on. Let me show you my screen real quick. Let me move myself out the camera. See, I remember back like a few years ago. I remember I saw this thing called the iPhone. It was, even though it was fake, I knew it was fake. Right here. I was sitting there like, wait a minute, why is that there? Because it kind of looked like too futuristic, you know, like. Oh my god, I can't move my camera again. So bear with me, guys. If I can't move my camera, bear with me. I know, bro. I know. I'm the same. I'm same here. I do. My ADHD get the best of me. Um, I'm currently scrolling through. If I don't find the video, bro, I'm crashing out. Dead serious. If I don't find the video, bro. I've been very good. I've been very well. I've been living. I'm still alive, man. And also, there's a reason why chat is not on screen. Because somebody says says something crazy, I don't have to edit it out. So, let you know now. I'm weird. Man. But I've been very good. Should I do a cheese and a mouse video? All right, so I'm getting stuff in line for us to watch. So if I seems like yo, how do I get it straight to 2 viewers? They left that quickly. At least I got you guys. I know I'm weird. Dang it, Jindian has not post. So you can't watch any of those videos. Again, if wow, only one person left. All right. Um, I guess let's get straight into the video, man. I can't find a video, guys. You guys don't have a thing, so all right, let's get straight into it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm trying, man. All right, let's watch the our first video. Oh my goodness, if this thing lags, I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. Okay, let's go to the first video. From me, from me. Oops. I forgot to unmute it. Okay. So basically, our first video of the stream, I don't know, I'm gonna put it into a YouTube video after this, is the most painful cave deaths ever. That was a big mistake.
Mossdale Cave Incident. It was June 24th, 1967, and 10 cavers were about to enter Mossdale Cavern to help clear some of the deeper passages and map them out. The two leaders of the group had already explored this cave before, which reassured everyone else. This particular cavern was known for its tight spaces and the very few areas where a person could fully stand. After a few hours inside, 4 of the cavers realized how...
I just realized, man. Here, listen, don't get mad when I say this, bro. But my camera needs to be changed. Hear me when I say don't boo me yet. Don't boo me yet. My camera needs to be changed for a reason. I can't technically move it. So let me move it. Let me try to get a new camera for it. Oh no. Okay, you can't do that. Why am I upside down? That's not supposed to happen, guys. This is not scripted. Brother, if one more thing happens wrong on this stream, bro. Hold on. I'm trying, bro. This thing is really killing me. Real cheese moving silence like lasagna. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to fix the issue. I'm trying my best to fix the issue as fast as I can. Because as fast as I can... Now it decides to work. Now when it knows it's getting replaced, it's... I hate this thing. Alright, let's go. Oh, transition. Alright, here we go, guys. Here you go. Okay.
How difficult the cave actually was and decided to return to the surface. They noticed a cloudy sky, but nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The remaining cavers continued their descent until they reached the far marathon passage.
And you see right here,
18 inches by
and you see right here, this is why we don't cave dive. That's why I don't cave dive. You can cave dive all you want, but just to say, we don't cave dive. Let me just show you this, okay? Okay. That's the cave. 18 by 12. My pants ain't even 18 by 12 inches. And yet you calling through this, man? Okay, let's continue before I crash out.
12 inches, with a small stream of water flowing along the bottom. Everything seemed to be going well, and the group on the surface soon noticed that it had started raining, so they took cover. Initially, the rain did not seem concerning, but the cavers inside began to notice rising water levels. When the water became alarmingly high, they decided to end the day's work and head back, even though they were still 3 hours from the entrance. Meanwhile, the surface group spotted something terrifying. A lake of water had formed around the cave's entrance. The cavers inside had no idea how much water was about to flood the cave. The surface group ran to get help, while the cavers frantically tried to reach higher chambers. However, the water continued to rise, pressing toward their faces. Rescuers and hundreds of volunteers worked tirelessly, pumping water out of the cave and pumping oxygen inside, hoping that the cavers had found a safe chamber. Unfortunately, every one of the cavers drowned. Shaft sinkhole tragedy. It was May 28, 1973, and a group of 9 diving experts had planned a dive at Mount Gambier's shaft sinkhole. This sinkhole had a unique feature. There was only a tiny opening leading to a cave with a lake 20 feet below. From this opening, a beam of light went down into the cave and onto the lake, which was extremely helpful for the divers' orientation. This beam was visible throughout most of the cave, unless divers ventured too deep into one of the 2 side branches. Everyone initially agreed that they would stay within a 200-foot maximum depth range so they could remain in the main chamber and still see the guiding light. This was their only plan. On the second day, however, 4 divers planned to go to the western section of the cave, aiming for a depth of 250 feet, which would have been a new record. This was deeper than initially intended and posed a significant risk because in 1973, divers were still using regular air cylinders rather than mixed gas tanks. For this reason, they had to be more cautious as they went downwards, because nitrogen narcosis might have settled in. As they went down, the increasing pressure would have pushed the nitrogen into the bloodstream, producing a state of consciousness that is similar to when people are drunk. Keep in mind that these divers were not very experienced in cave diving. They were more accustomed to standard open water scuba diving. This added even more risk to their plan. They started going downwards into the western section of the cave, and one experienced diver noticed that nitrogen narcosis was kicking in, so he immediately went back out. Several of them followed him and went back to the surface as well, but 4 of them kept going, determined to set the record and get a quick look before resurfacing. After a minute or so, the group at the surface became concerned, realizing the 4 divers would soon exhaust their air supply. A few returned to the cave to find them, and they discovered a flashlight and a camera on the bottom, but no trace of the divers. There was a problem that we haven't yet mentioned: silt. The movements of the 4 divers stirred up the long settled silt into a sand cloud that would take a lot of time to settle back. This reduced visibility to less than an arm's length, removing any hope for orientation for the underwater divers. Without being able to see anything, oxygen running dangerously low, and nitrogen narcosis kicking in, the 4 divers drowned. Jacob's Well tragedy. It's November 23, 1983, and 2 students from Texas State University, named Richard and Clark, are about to enter Jacob's Well, an underwater hole that leads to an underwater cave. This hole seems relatively shallow, around 25 feet, and many people try to touch the bottom and then come up. However, this is just a deceiving appearance because it actually leads to another underwater cave with 3 chambers. The first 2 are relatively open and easy to get through, but the third one has a really small squeeze to get into it. If you manage to squeeze through, you'll enter a room that is 10 feet tall, and you'll see a really small hole at the farthest edge, too small to pass through. This small tunnel was just 2 feet in diameter, and 2 years prior, 2 people died in it because after they managed to get through, a rock slide filled with gravel blocked them inside. Now, getting back to our 2 students,
shouldn't that be a warning? Shouldn't that be like a good warning to say, hey, we should not go into a... You know, people make me mad. I'm going to have to cut... I'm not cutting this short. If I went in this far, I might as well finish it. Oh my goodness.
They were fairly experienced in normal diving, but not in cave diving, and they were trying to get their instructor certification in open water diving. Their instructor, Don, was an incredibly skilled and experienced diver, and he was the one who removed the 2 bodies we just talked about. He used to constantly warn everybody to stay away from Jacob's Well since it's deadly, and he even tried to cover up the small hole that leads to the 4th chamber with some cement. But other divers reopened it and left a message that said, "You can't keep us out." Don himself almost died in Jacob's Well. When he tried to enter the 4th chamber, a gravel slide trapped him in the tunnel. He almost resigned himself to death. His tank was empty, and he had swallowed some water when his survival instinct kicked in, and he started rapidly moving until he cleared enough gravel to escape. When he did, he saw his diving colleague extending a regulator for him to breathe. As he started resurfacing, the air inside his body expanded until he reached almost 4 times his normal body size. By the time he broke the surface, he was screaming in pain. His belly was huge because his stomach had completely ruptured. These stories caught the attention of Richard and Clark, who wanted to take a look for themselves.
How is that more surprising than me watching the Invincible episode, bro? Like these Invincible episodes are are like more deadly than me finding out that man's stomach exploded. Am I so shocked about that? Cause I sit there watch Invincible and get his head bashed in by two guys, boom, the head right here, boom, and yet I'm over here like disgusted. How is that even possible? First off, but hey, things just happen, man. Nobody else is in the chat. We're gonna watch one more video and then we're gonna go out and finish this video.
Know much about cave diving. On November 23rd, 1983, they went into Jacob's Well and reached the third chamber where the small hole was located. Richard removed his tank to get through the hole and started going in while holding his tank. When Clark removed his own oxygen tank and tried to get in, he saw Richard's face and noticed Richard didn't have the tank with him anymore and was suffocating. Clark quickly reached for the regulator and gave it to him, letting him breathe again. They started passing the regulator back and forth as they made their way out, and somehow they managed to get through the tight squeeze of the third chamber. They then began making their way toward the exit until a terrifying sound caught their attention, a clank from their oxygen tank. Not only did this mean they'd hit a wall with the tank, so they were going the wrong direction, but it also meant the tank was almost empty. They realized they'd run into the false chimney in the first chamber, a tunnel that looks like it leads to the surface, but is actually a dead end. Clark managed to swim back to the surface and gasped for air after covering an incredible 75 feet in a single breath. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for Richard, who remained behind and drowned. When Clark called the police for assistance, Don the instructor himself showed up and was stunned to see his students there. Gollum's Cave. It's August 18th, 2005, and a group of 5 friends decided to venture into the Gollum Cave, also called the Cave of Death because of how dangerous it was. They reached the entrance at 3 a.m., and one of the friends decided to wait for the others outside. They encountered their first problem when actually trying to get in, as they had to crawl through a small pool of water. After that, there was a fork going left and right, and they chose left, which led them to another small pool of water. This seemingly innocent pool, however, actually led to another section of the cave through an underwater tunnel. The tunnel itself was really small, just 3 to 4 feet in diameter, and to get through it, you had to be completely submerged. This meant only one person at a time could go in, and they had to swim about 15 feet. One by one, they started plunging into the pool of water to reach the other side of the cave, and once they made it, they discovered a section with about 3 feet of airspace. From the perspective of the friend who stayed outside, there was no sound or light coming from inside the cave, and after a while he started to get worried. He went into the cave himself, but heard no noises and saw no lights. Not sure what to do, he first called some friends who had experience with caving, and then called the police. He couldn't have imagined what was happening inside. The 4 friends who went in probably realized that the 3 feet of airspace they'd reached had bad air, which is a term cavers use for air that doesn't have the normal balance of gases, meaning there's more carbon dioxide and less oxygen. This reduces your ability to think, move, and breathe properly, making the return swim through that narrow tunnel super risky. They tried to get back out one at a time, but the first person who went underwater was unable to find the exit hole before running out of breath. That happened because the increased carbon dioxide messed with her ability to hold her breath and think clearly. After 30 to 60 seconds, the second person went in and found the first one, and so on, until all of them got stuck in the tunnel. The police arrived and tried to pump in oxygen and pump out water, while family and friends waited anxiously outside the cave. Unfortunately, it was all in vain. The bodies were later recovered, and the cave was eventually closed off with cement. If you want to discuss this video or suggest an idea for the next one, join my Discord. Link in the description.
Man, that's an interesting video though. That's like, oh my goodness. Oh, hello, Jack Carter, Mr. Carter. Okay. We're just watching videos. You can send me videos if you want to. Let's go to our next video. So, it's actually by this guy named Evident. We're probably gonna watch another video after for him, and basically, it's basically like a New York be like. Okay, so this is the video by Evident. Whatever you call it. All right. Oh, I forgot to unmute. I hate that.
City of Dreams. New York City, man. The city of dreams. I don't know about you guys, but to me, some of the most random shit just always happens in New York. Like, you can go from seeing some of the most beautiful skylines to pigeons riding the train, crackheads everywhere, and rats that cannot mind their business. NYC is just different. For example, this apartment right here, it's probably 50K a month, and that's very cheap, you feel me? And don't even get me started on the subway, bro.
I seen a pigeon get on for one stop and then get off on the next one. Like, you could have.
I'm gonna be honest, there are crazier and worse cities than New
You could
York,
actually flew there.
but there's just something special about NYC. Literally everything that you wouldn't expect to happen on a Tuesday can happen in New York. It's just Night City IRL. You know, one time, bro, I bought this $30 Metro card from a convenience store in Flushing at like 6 a.m. because for some reason the machine that sells the cards in the train station wasn't working. And usually that neighborhood is very busy, plus it was winter. I was with my dad, so we just went to a bodega and bought the 7 days unlimited pass Metro card from this random ass Chinese dude. You know, it was like a little store close to the station we were taking, but I remember that the Chinese dude was like trying to tell me something when I gave him the 30 cash, but I didn't really listen or understand what he was saying, and my dad was gonna understand him less, so bro just shrugged and gave us the card. In my defense, I was low-key asleep, and the sign clearly said that the 7-day pass was 34 bucks. So anyway, we get down to the station, and since it was early, there were a lot of people. You know, that station is usually packed at that hour, so we had to hurry up. I used my dad's card for some reason, got in, and then when my dad used the card we literally just bought, it just didn't work. Now, usually it's a canon event for that type of shit to happen on the bus, but again, we had just bought the card, so I was like, damn, we got finessed by that Chinese dude. There were people waiting to swipe their card after my dad, and we had somewhere to go. So my dad had no chill, and he was like, stay there and wait for me, cause I'm gonna go fix this shit. I knew I was cooked, cause like, how was he supposed to beef with some random Chinese guy? I couldn't even understand at 6 in the morning, bro. What's even worse is I didn't have a SIM card on my phone when that happened. So after my dad left, what if he just never came back? Nah, I'm kidding, but I was by myself completely now, and there wasn't really anything we could do about it. Usually someone just goes right through the emergency exit door, and then a lot of people follow them, but there was like an NYPD officer just standing there, so there was no way my dad was gonna cross. All of this could have literally been avoided if we just paid with our phones, but it would have taken more time to actually get all of that shit set up. Anyway, I was just standing there now basically, so it couldn't get any worse from there, right? The train got delayed, so now I was actually cooked, because like everyone in the station is... People are coming in, crackheads are coming in, and there was no way I was finding my dad now. Some YNs could be spawning any second now. It was over, bro. Fuck, even the rats were probably pissed, bro. So I was like, I don't have a job. Am I homeless now? My dad was probably already apprehended by the People's Liberation Army, bro. I'm done.
What?
If we had taken the bus, the driver probably would have low-key let us in by that point. Anyway, some crackhead just spawned out of nowhere, and they usually get mad if you don't give them any money. And I literally didn't have any, so I just went back to where the police officer girl was, and I just rested against the wall, waiting for my dad to arrive, because it was just so crowded that it would have been worse to leave the station at that point. Anyway, like 10 minutes later, my dad did come back, and I left the station. So basically, somehow my dad got the 30 back because the car didn't work, and we just got an Uber, and that's literally it. What I'm trying to say is there's always some wild shit happening on the NYC subway. Really, the whole city, you feel me? Another time, I was walking around Manhattan with my parents on Christmas. I was a little younger, and I used to have these fake black cats, because like I can't really afford Jordans, you know what I'm saying? I had them.
What the hell?
She was...
Dude ain't gonna be singing at you. You finna have a whole performance. Oh my goodness, finna have a whole performance of your shoes. Oh, they gonna be speaking to you inside tongue. Be speaking to you like eat.
We were going to Times Square because it was winter and shit, and when we got to Broadway, it was like really cold, to the point where your mouth stops moving. So we wanted to stop by and eat something, and the closest thing was a Wendy's that was like a block away. It was this one actually. As soon as we went inside, I knew I was cooked because there was nowhere to sit down, and there was this big ass group of YNs just standing there next to the ice cream machine. Plus, like, the inside of the restaurant itself was just hella dirty. And the first thing I hear is some dude saying, hey, look at these big black ass shoes. And I'm like, nah, it's over. There was no way for me to know the outcome of this situation because none of my parents understood what these YNs were saying, bro. So I had to get out of there ASAP, bro. Cause ain't no way I was gonna let that one slide. So I told my parents, like, we gotta go. And my dad caught on to what was happening. But when we turned around to leave, The dude that was talking about my shoes just stepped ahead of us in the door, and he was like, nah, let me see him for real. So I just played dumb as if I didn't speak English and walked right through.
A person like me, listen, hold on, let me tell you how the game finna go. Hold on. So basically, first thing I'm doing, try me. Hold on. Hit him with that. Hold on. See, I blocked the door. They said, let me see him closer. I'm telling my dad, I said dadder. I'm telling my father, yo, dad, lock in what I'm about to do. I'm popping my mouth. We run into the car. Or we run. Oh, they don't got a car. Oh, they cooked. Oh, he cooked. I just realized I just peeped that he doesn't have a car, so he's cooked. Yeah, he's cooked. Rest in peace, bro, though. Lived a good life. Man. They want to. I really love his YouTube videos. But how did he get himself out of that one without being fooled? Oh. I already almost messed up there.
That for the rest of the day, I was just traumatized with having to walk around Manhattan with those shoes. Cause like I was genuinely scared that another group of YNs would just spawn in out of nowhere and get my ass, or that a sneakerhead fine shit would see. After that, we just walked around Times Square for a while. We got some barbecue wings, and everything was really packed that day. But I couldn't stop being paranoid about the Temu Jordans for real. You know, there is something awesome about New York though, and it's the bodegas, bro. The delis, like no glaze. They're just amazing, bro. I love the vibes, bro. Especially the people that are like serving you, bro. I love bodegas, bro. Like they're amazing. You know, if you're watching this video right now, I don't care where you are. I need you to go and try some chopped cheese.
Wait
right
a minute.
now, bro. In conclusion, I love New York. Thank you guys for watching this video.
Wait a second, little bro. He's hot. I hate to say it. If you look at his face, look. He's gotta be. You can see from the hair. You can see, and the way he talks about all the girls inside his videos. Yeah, 100%. He gotta be. Yeah, he gotta be one of those.
Yo, now that you're here, you should probably join my Discord server, cause you can be part of a future video or stream. You know, I've been streaming here on YouTube recently, so if you see me stream, make sure to join. Click the noti bell to get notified. Follow me on Insta. Subscribe.
Yeah, no problem. I only know that's from one place. Never mind. I've lost those days. It's platinum. I had power. There's nobody in this piece, so we're gonna end stream off here. Thank you guys for watching the stream. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. And I love you guys, man. You've been very good, man. Thank you for coming for these 7 people as my peak beginning. The people that be there here and there, thank you. Sincerely, have a good night. And so as you can see,